Hi, John James. Welcome to my channel. About 2 hours ago, I just got a challenge on my YouTube channel. Person was giving me a challenge, and this is going to be a fun one. I probably have no chance at this, to be honest. But he said, if you play Isabel and you beat her, I'll sub. So I'm like, well, let's check. And I went and checked Isabel, and I've beaten Joel and Pablo, which are 1,600 bots. And I have not beaten Isabel. I've tried a few times, probably 6 or 7, and not even close. I think I got one draw, and I was pretty happy about that. But this is going to be a tough challenge for me, but I thought, hey, let's give you an insight on how I play, and hopefully I don't play crappy. But we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to play both black and white, so I'll have 2 videos up on this challenge, and I'm going to give it the best I can. I do have a cat. I have 2 cats, and one happens to late night call me by name, and it's pretty amazing. He says John, and if you hear that, I'm not really getting help. It's my cat. My cat wants food or wants me to play with them, and between Shadow and Princess, they're amazing. So if you do hear a John, and it could happen, I'm just warning you, I am not getting outside help. I never play the game with help anyway. So never use stockfish, never use nothing. So we're going to go at Isabella, and boy, I just might get rocked, but here it goes. We'll choose Isabel. Challenge, no help of any kind, and we're going to play the game. I am white, so let's do this. Here we go. And E5. Let's try for the Scotch. Oh, goes for Petrov's. That's an interesting opening. I play Petrov's a lot, so I also play the Scotch a lot. And we'll try to hold the line. I'm going to take the pawn. And does the right thing in going D6. Knight comes back, and here comes the knight. And she's going to try for the trap on white's queen. Usually should go D4 here, but I'm a little worried about that, so I'm going to go D3. Make the move. Knight goes back. Okay. So I am going to castle early. Or should I go with the B, C3? Bishop's blocked at this point. Knight's there. Yeah, it could come down here. So I am going to go H3. And then protecting the pin. Also going to castle. There's the castle. Here's the castle. So far so good. I haven't lost anything in the opening yet. Just got to think about how I'm going to go with this. Got a feeling, got those bishops are in good spots. Should I bring that rook out first? Should I set up? Yeah, let's go. Gonna be interesting here. I wonder if I should just push my pawns up on C and D file and then bring my knight out. Or do I want to protect that? I think I'll go with the knight out. I know that's probably the worst move. Here comes the knight. I'm going to pin. Just a little bit worried. Isabel's a tough bot. I've only gotten a draw once, and probably 6 to 8 times maybe playing, and it's usually quick. And sometimes I'm used to making blunders, or hitting the wrong square. That's a really good move right there. Yeah, I don't want to develop too much. Yeah, that was good. And I don't want to get pinned here. What is she gonna do? Let's get ready for that, just in case. Bring the rook out. So far, so good. Yeah, I knew threaten the bishop. I wonder if I should go back and give that pawn. I honestly think the right move is to go back. Double that pawn up. Might be yeah, I knew that thing was coming. Could go bishop takes pawn. Yeah, no, I've got to take this back. Get the file. I think we're just going to move up here. I think we're okay. So far, it's got that B pawn's weak. That might be a really solid move coming down the pipe on the queen side. I think I'm going to take the file, though. I think I want to take the file. The open file. Yep, here we go. Weak pawn right there. That is going to be an interesting move. It's going to get the pawn. Oh boy, here's where I'm going to lose. But I'm going to give it my best shot. We're at 8:25 in the video. I am going to try something. This might be really stupid. I'm going to give up a pawn either way, but I think I am going to attack. Could be a wrong move. Yeah, boy. Wants the file. Is he going to take with the knight? Yeah, he's going to take with the knight. Well, that saves that pawn. But if I take, he's got to take back. I don't think he's going to take the pawn down on B2. Interesting. This could be 2 knights against a bishop and a knight. But I think I'm committed. So I am going to take the knight there. Pawn takes. Do I have any other moves? No, I don't. Okay, here we go. Isabel is just really solid. Make one mistake and it's over. I'm going to try the queen up here. Just try to seize that file. See if he's going to go for it. Really did not expect that. Did not expect that. Knight comes in. It's going to be a knight takes. Oh. That is... That's where I'm going to get smoked. Too quick on that one. Well. Yep. Gonna force. Bam. Gonna come back. All right. He knows en passant. Queen's protected. Got a white bishop though. You know, I'm not so sure on this one. I know I'm in a losing position. I'm one down. If I go for the check, he's going to take en passant. Probably I trade queens. I get the pawn, but I've got split pawns. I do have the king on the side. It's going to be hard to knock those 3 pawns out. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 pawns against 6. I'm going to lose one here. I will gain one back. Should. I could go for that block. But then he takes, I'm in check, and I'm going to have to go back. Yeah, and I go here. Oh! And he stops that. That was pretty. I do not think I can get back, and I don't think that I can protect this. So, weak pawn on c2, and the queen comes back with the check. So wants me to try to go to f4 with a check, and then takes with en passant, and I'm in check, losing the pawns. So that's going to be a really difficult maneuver. I'm in trouble as it is, but I am not going to fall for that at this point. Not yet. I might fall for something else. And I go back. And she goes right there. And we go back. Oh, and we go back. And we go back. Push. Egg. Oh, boy. Boy, is this a tough one. What a game. What a game. 15 minutes and I'm not dead yet. That's a great day. But I am in trouble. There's obvious trouble coming down the pipe. And I do not think that I can stop this. You know, I could try to go outside check, but the pawn's going to be taken out. I can't do that. And then it's going to be blocking me from getting to my queen side pawns. If I take this, it's probably going to push the pawn. I'm going to have to step up. Luckily, I got a white bishop instead of a black bishop. I think a black bishop would be really in trouble right now. But, boy, am I going to lose on a... Yeah, this is really interesting. Well, step back. One step back. Here come the pawns. Can I blow the position out without... Boy, I think this is a bad move, but I'm going to go for it anyway. We'll try to get that bishop out of there. That kind of helps a little. You know, if I push the pawn up, he's just going to push on me down the e file. I really got nothing right now. You know, maybe I'll get lucky and he opens up the Isabel. I should say she instead of he, there, them, whatever. But boy, this is a tough one. I think I really don't have a lot of play. If I go with the knight move on a check here, can that give me something? You can just move over. Is there any way to get that knight through? Well, let's try it. Let's see what we got. Man, my king side's open. This is going to be a herder. He's got that bishop. He might want me to do this, but I'm going to try it, see what happens. If I go over there, I'm out in no man's land. And now he's got that. So still push those pawns. I do not know if I can get out of this. Might want to try the knight here. I just don't see me being able to get the queen and the bishop in a fork. I don't see that I can get my queen up the board. You know, he's going to bring those 3 pawns down. Should I go back? Well, let's try it. Yeah. Can I win this? All right. So if knight takes queen, pawn takes queen. You know, I'll lose a knight for a pawn. And he'll probably push. It is a black square, though, on the e file. So let's see. Knight takes queen. He'll go pawn takes queen on e2. and it's mate. I can't get there. So pawn takes pawn. Queen moves up. He wants that knight. You know, I can get the threat out of the pawns, but I'll be down too much. He's probably going to push on me, but unless I can think of something, I just can't. I got to bring the knight back. Got to bring the knight back. And this is going to be an interesting deal. Can I get there? Okay. Queen takes queen. Pawn takes queen. Pawn's protected by the bishop. I have tempo, so I move. I move to F1. I move to F1. Oh boy. Okay, so queen takes queen, pawn takes queen. My first move would be to F1. Can't move to F2. What I'm worried about is him getting down on on C2 with the bishop and me not being able to get that pawn. I can't go to E3 to protect that pawn, but let's see again. Okay. I know this is long, but I'm trying to do the best I can. Haven't heard the cat call me John, so we're good. No helping. No kitty help for John. Let me see. Queen takes queen. Pawn takes queen. F1. Now, can he do a bishop move to break that open? Come up down the middle. You know, I'm going to take it. What the heck? Baby needs new shoes. Let's take it. Here we go. I actually like endgames too. And this is going to be an interesting endgame. He's at a +1. Can I stop the pawn from promoting? Should I go up or should I go? Yeah, I'm going to have to go here. Yeah. Alrighty. Boy, this is crucial because who's going to be able to push on who? And this is going to be a unique position because I'm going to go to D2 and I'd like to go to E4. E5. But the problem is he's got to have that open bishop down on C2, and he probably could promote, and I'd have to get back. So let me see. If I went knight to E5, he'd probably push. And I could get the outside pawn, but this center pawn is too much of a threat, and I can get it in 2 moves, and I'm going to have a bishop. My king's going to be out. He's going to be in my position, though, and am I going to win an endgame with pawns? And he has two moves with his pawns. And I only have one, which means I'd be forced back. I could lose this. But it's worth a chance. But if I went there, he'd push. Probably check. I get the outside pawn. I just think the center pawn's going to go. And I think his bishop's going to get freed. So I am going to just go conservative. Probably the wrong move to make. Oh, it is the wrong move. He's going to take my white pawns. Yep. Well, you know what? If he's going to take those, let's take these. Yeah, I'm going to lose. I did not see that move. That was a really good move. You know, I could... And I can't protect it. You know, I might get lucky. I am going to go knight here. Oh, he went back. I am surprised. Oh, man, he's going for that one. Oh, I did not see that. Unique, unique, unique. Bring the pawn up. And he's going to take it. And he's going to get two there. If I bring the knight back... Man, all my pawns are on white squares with a white bishop. That's going to be the mistake here. But it's a really good game. Really good game. You know, I could go here. But he's going to go right down there. And I'm going to be in trouble. I'll run those down on the queen's side. I could pull the pawn up right now. I could pull the pawn up. He goes here. I'm losing two pawns out of it. Just got a white bishop. I could stop this. I'll go there. If I take here, that's really tough. Well, if I just take the pawn, you know, I am going to take the pawn with the king. I know that's probably a dumb move, but I'm going to go ahead and do that because he takes that. I say check. And am I going to get pinned? The question is, am I going to get pinned? Okay, I take that pawn, but that bishop's going to cover the squares that I can get out. If I take that pawn, can I get to the knight? And would it be a fair trade? Can I get the knight over to stop it? What a game. 30 minutes. Boy, is this a move or a move? Okay, so I take the pawn, lose the pawn. Can I get out of there? Or is the king going to feint and go right for my pawn structure because it's weak? If I let him get the pawn, he may not. Boy, this is a risk. Gotta love the game of chess. Always the puzzles. Do I let him take the pawn and skedaddle? If I got an open pawn, if I take it, I think I've lost the position. I take a5, and he can move in to C. Actually, yeah. He can block on. Come in on C7 or C5, which blocks that. He might. He'll come in on C7, or he's going to race to the right side and clip my pawns because I can't protect them. Bishop can get fly over there. And I'm going to have to protect my knight to get out. Boy. I've got 3 moves to get back, so let's see. Well, I am going to take it. Risk versus reward. He did take. Check. Interesting. I might have a shot here. Check. King moves. Take the pawn. Great move. Now, what do I want to do here? I was very surprised at that. Do I do that? Boy, this is going to be... Going to move the king over. Interesting. Did not expect that. Knight's going to go to F5. I could block the pawn here. Block the pawn. How many moves to get on that square? 2. But he might block it. So I'm going to move the pawn up. Probably not the right move. Oh my God. Wow. I did not think that that would happen with Isabel. And I am going to go for the fork. Fork is done. Game is over. Oh, boy. Gonna push. Knight comes over. You're seeing it here first. First time I've ever beat Isabel if I don't blow this and get a draw. Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll keep him on the file. I want to get him off that rank. Everything's protected. I was thinking go to F4, but he didn't, so she didn't. I keep saying he. Sorry if I offend anybody. I didn't mean to. I just, yeah. I'm going to go for the queen. She says I can keep it. And I'm going to play this safe. Just totally safe. And I'll take a rook. Okay. And we'll do it this way. Let's see which way she goes. Says she's starting to get worried. I am too. Do I blow this? I'm going to use the ladder approach. And here comes. Wow. What a game. Good game. I do want a game review on this just to see it. And you're watching it with me, so played 88.4%. I played pretty well. I have not beat this particular bot, so I'm completely surprised. I know this is going to be over 40 minutes for the video, but what? Isabel played 35 best moves. I played 33. She played 3 great moves. I get some great moves every once in a while. I've only had 7 brilliance in all my games, all my 650 games so far on dailies on chess.com. 22 excellent versus 13. So I played 55 moves that were pretty darn good. And then I had 10 good versus 10 good. There were 5 book moves before we went out of book. And then I had 7 inaccuracies to 6. I made 2 mistakes, and Isabel made 6, and then there was a miss by both of us, no blunders. What a game. What a game. I'm going to go start the review, and here we get Petrov's. I learned Petrov's in 1973 at a tournament, and I was a high school chess player. I just transferred from Meade, from St. George's. I went to Meade. They didn't have a team, so I had to go to the math teacher and ask for if he would sponsor us. And I played for St. George's. I was the 5th board. Came over and he told me to recruit. We got 6 really solid guys that really played every day during lunch and after school. And by my senior year, it was really good. But I played, I believe it could have been a Washington Chess Federation tournament, but I believe it was USCF tournament. And Ringo, our second board, he came in and he was talking to a guy that was European, and 1900, and the guy was, it was the 3rd round, it was right before the 3rd round, and he was looking at a position, he was looking at this position trap with Petrov's early on, and so he went through the moves with Jerry and showed him, and I think there was about 15, 20 minutes before the 3rd round started, and he showed the trap where you get the queen, e4, e5, f3, f6, knight takes e5, and instead of playing d6 like Isabel did in this game, the black knight takes e4, which is a mistake. Queen comes out to e2, and usually they try to protect that knight with a pawn, but in that case it was knight to, I believe it was d6, and then your knight on e5 goes to c6, and the queen has nowhere to go, and you're checking with the queen, your queen, and their queen's trapped, so it's knight for a queen, and the game's over. And Jerry comes over, there's about 10 minutes before the 3rd round, he goes, "Gotta see this trap, man, you gotta see this trap." Never seen it before. And so I say, "Run that by me like 4 times." So he does. And what's funny about it was, all of a sudden I get the matchup, and I got this guy, the European guy, 1900, and I'm white. So I play it out, and he falls for it and brings the knight back to d6, and I check him on c6, and he resigns. I think the game lasted 1:30. So I told the math teacher that was running our club, and he got me a book on Petrov's. And so I've been playing Petrov since I was a kid. And that was just an amazing turn. I actually beat somebody 1900 plus with the Petrov's trap. So let's get back into this game. Pretty solid moves right now. There's where my pawn's undefended. And that was a dumb move. It's the only move I had, so I'm not too bummed about that, but that was the only where I could go. And then free pawn for Isabel, and we go back to moving. Wow, it was a pretty solid game, actually. And it said I ignored an opportunity to win a pawn. Where's the pawn? If you guys can let me know, that would be great, because I have no idea at this point. Went a pawn. Oh, knight to c4. Knight to c4 attacks the queen, but I don't think it's real. So let's go on. I attack the bishop. Bishop moves out. And your opponent had an advantage, but now their position is winning. Oh boy, I'm down 3.96. Well, I thought it was a good move. Oops. Go to the next one. This threatens to win a knight. You know, that's a really great move, and I had to take it with the pawn. So I do, and I saved my knight, and I got the pawn, and I think this is the moment. Yeah, we're even up in the bar, but I think that bishop move was the wrong move. Let's see. So take, right on target. Now I take. And this is a crucial play right here, and I was really surprised, actually. King comes in. You know, I was worried about the pin on the knight to be able to get out on the white squares because the bishop's there. You know, he brings the bishop back to d5, and I got no squares to go to. But I decided to take it, and we're still at a draw. Still at a draw. Interesting. Bishop takes, still at a draw. I get out, and that was the move. He let me out. Wow, Isabel didn't make the best move. So knight takes pawn, capture a free pawn, and here we go to the end game. I bring it out, and the fork. That was incredible. I haven't seen Isabel do this. Like I said, I've only got a draw against her. I played her about 6 to 8 times. I lose every time pretty much, except the draw. And, you know, I'm glad that somebody asked me on this challenge to play Isabel, and I'm glad I could bring it to you. What a game. We'll finish this out. Taking the bishop and basically having to push. Wow. The summary, I'm rated 1900 in this play. You know, I have beat experts. I beat 3 in my life, and then I've beaten some 1900s and 1800s. And I got a draw with one master, and that's, you know, been playing since I was 11. I'm almost 68 years old. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put it up tonight. Hopefully it gets up by midnight. And the person that asked for this challenge, you know, I didn't think this was going to be the outcome. I was going to play 2 games because I thought I was going to lose both. But I'm going to show this one first. And if they want me to play with black, I will play with black and do it again. But thank you for making up this challenge. This was a blast. And I actually won. I am pretty surprised. Hey, you guys, sub, like, share, comment. Let's get this site going. I've worked really hard at it. I hope you guys enjoy the site. And thank you so much for watching this video. John James, 5906. I am out of here. I got to feed the cat. He didn't say John. I'm so disappointed. But Isabel goes down.